Hello everyone, this is Baban from IT Patna, and today we'll discuss about mainly if, for loop, and while loop. And there will be some MCQ questions, some like numerical type questions, and then some like programming, simple programming solutions. Like some programming questions will be there, and I would like to request you to like kindly follow up, like try to code along with me. Like I hope you have installed Anaconda or any other like Python IDE. So whenever I'm coding, please try to follow along. Okay, so let me start with the MCQ question first, MCQ and like numerical question first. So this is a like a question from quiz from the previous semester, and basically in this question, there is a student called Ravi, and he is trying to print the following pattern. So in the first line, there is like one. Second line, there is two, but two times. Third line, three times, and so on, five times. Okay. And while trying to print the pattern, he wrote this code for I in range 1 to 6, for j in range 1 to I, print I. Okay, so this is the code he has written. Now the question is that the output, like after executing this code, the output is not exactly the same as this one. All right. So the question is that, okay, so why that is not the case? Let me go to that after something. But firstly, how many times does the outer loop execute here? For I in range 1, comma 6. So please answer that question first. Please write it in the chat. By outer loop, I mean like this one only. For I in range 1, comma 6, not the inner one. Okay, someone said 6, someone said 5. Any other answer? 6, then another answer is maybe 3. Okay. Okay, one thing is that in this question, I'm not asking about like if it will go inside this loop or not. Like I'm just asking like how many values of like how many times this will be executed actually, not if anything inside that will be executed. That is a different question. Okay, and also let me add some Jupyter notebook so that I can use Spider, but for showing you in the browser, I am using Jupyter notebook. I will show you that. So I have opened the Jupyter notebook here. Let me name it as week 2. So week 2 create notebook. Okay, so let me just write the code as is here for I in range 1 to 6. Let me we'll discuss about the other code as well for I in range 1 to 6. Just at first, let's focus on the outer loop. Okay. Let me just say print I. So how many values will be printed here? Yeah. Yeah, some of you are right. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me just execute this one. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in for loop, what happens is that it checks like it starts. So it starts like that. Uh, I is equal to 1. Okay. Then next condition is that if I is greater than sorry, if I is less than the condition. Okay. So condition is like n number. So the for in for loop, it should be like less than, not less than equal to. Okay. So in that case, see, I will be equal to 1, I will be equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. But whenever I will be equal to 6, this condition will not meet because it is less than, right? So 6 is not less than 6. 6 is equal to 6. So this condition will be false. So in that case, like it will be only executed 5 times. Okay. So this is one part. Okay. So the answer here is 5. Okay. So then let me go to the next question. We have the same program here. So suppose I'm executing this code. Okay. So it is not giving the same output. So expected output is what? Like, sorry, expected output here is that it should be like this: 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. But the output is not the same. So what is the reason here? There are 4 options. It is because whenever I am like giving print I, okay. So in that case, it is automatically printing in line. So that is what first option intends to mean. Second option is that whenever I'm calling range, it creates a like new line. Third line is that like third option is that this will get executed first. So G in range 1 to I, it will get executed first. Then only because of that there are some issue. And like another thing is that if we like write a print statement like within a for loop within a for loop, like this is like called nesting. There is a for loop within a for loop. So it is saying that if we write print statement within in such kind of structure, it will not work. So which one is the correct option? Okay, I got some options C. Any other option? Any other answer? Okay, so let me just modify that code once slightly. For I in range 1 to 6, for J in range maybe 5. Okay, not the same code. I'm just modifying it a little bit. I'm writing J. So you see what is happening, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is not really like this one. Like here, the ideally what should happen 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Like, and there should be 5 lines. But in this case, it is printing every number in the same, like in a totally different line. So the question is, why is that happening? And C is not the correct option. So yeah, we got some other options as well. So here the correct option is A. A because see here, like whenever you give a print statement, by default it will enter go to a new line. Okay, so after printing 0, it is like printing a new line. We are coming to the next line, then we are printing 1, then again a new line. So after coming to next line, 2, like that. So in this case, option A is the correct option. Okay. So then again, same program, but next question is that uh, like this is the same program, but the output is not the same as expected. So expected is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 5 times 5. Okay. Uh, but the output is different. Look carefully into this code and tell me like what is the reason of unexpected output. So the first option is that outer loop. So this first loop does not include the final value. So like it is saying that it it will print up to this much correctly, but after that it will print wrongly. Second option is that like inner loop variable. So inner loop variable is j. So it is saying j we have used, but it is like we are not printing it anywhere. We have initiated it, but we are not using. So that is why it will not work. Okay. And third option is that print statement is like inside the j, like inside the this for loop, but it should be actually outside. Okay. So that is the third option. And fourth option is that like inner loop. So this one will execute one less time. So maybe here it will be like 0 times, here it will be like 1 time, here it will be like 2 times. Like that. Okay, so these four are the options. Okay, mostly I got option D and on option C as well. So let me just try to execute first. For j in range 1, comma I and print I. Okay. So let me forget about this formatting first. I'll come to that question as well after a few moments. So at first, if you see here, I expected like 1 should be there 1 time, 2 should be there 2 times. But if you look into that, 2 is there 1 time, 3 is there 2 times, 1 is not present at all. So what is happening here is that, see, here 1 should be there 1 time, 2 should be there 2 times. But in this case, initially, I is equal to 1, right? And what is happening here is that j is also equal to 1 and j is less than I. So that means what? 1 is less than 1. Is it true? Not true. It is false. So it is not going to this loop at all. Okay. Now let me consider I equal to 2. J is equal to 1. Okay. J is less than I. So that means 1 is less than 2. It will go, right? In the next step, j is equal to 2. Then j less than I, that means 2 is less than 2. The answer is false. No. So it is going only 1 time in the for I equal to 2. For I equal to 3, it will go 2 times. So because for loop, it is like it will consider less than, not less than equal to. So if I give I, it will not print like that. It will print 1 time less. So if I want to print I times, I have to give I plus 1. Let me execute this now. So you see here, uh, 1 is printing 1 time, 2 is printing 2 times, 3 is printing 3 times like that. Okay. So the correct option is answer 4. Because the inside loop, it is executing 1 time less for all the values of I. So that is why like we are starting with 2 only 1 time, 3 2 times, 4 3 times, 5 4 times instead of whatever our expectation is there. Okay, so final question for this problem. So suppose we have corrected the inner loop here. Here I have made like I plus 1, suppose, okay. Then I'm getting 1, 2, 2, like everything in the new line. I'm not really getting the pattern that I want here, right? the pattern that I wanted here is this one. So how to fix this code? So one solution is that like replacing print I with print. Like instead of print I, I'll just do print. This is one option. Second option is that uh, instead of print I here, I'll just move it here. So that is the second option. Third option is that so I'll just write a print statement here, dummy print statement. And fourth option is that modify print statement to suppress default new line. So it is saying that every time it is writing a new line after printing one number, so we should modify the code to suppress that behavior. Right. So we got an answer use of end equal to then some space or something. So basically what happens here is that let's see. So if you write, I'm just showing the documentation. So suppose I'm trying to use the print function, and if I give the question mark and click like type shift plus enter, it will show the documentation. So you can see here, it is showing end equal to slash n. That means after writing everything, it will write a new line. Okay, so suppose I'm writing 5, 10, a paragraph, whatever. After that, it will like append slash n, and then it will like execute. So to suppress that behavior, what do we have to do? Uh, Instead of like end, slash n is by default. So we have to pass a different value end. Instead of slash n, what do we want? Here we don't want anything actually, like no space. We don't want anything, any space or anything. So in that case, we have to give an empty string. Okay, but this is also create a problem. Let me execute this program. So what is happening is that it is printing everything one after another without any new line at all. So to solve that, we have to do another print statement here. So now this will create the correct output. So why mean print statement here? So I'm saying, suppose for I equal to 1, I am printing 1. Then after that, I am printing a new line. Then for I equal to 2, I am printing 2 two times. Then again, I am printing a new line like that. So this program we will actually print the right value. Okay. So suppose assuming that you want to print, like you want to give a space between these numbers. So you can just use space here and it will be like this, right? So this is the solution. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Yeah, Bharat Joshi, you are totally right about this. You have to print I in the inner loop, but you have to also give end statement there. And in the like outer loop, we have to give the simple print statement. Okay, so let me move on to the next question. Okay, so I have already discussed this question that even after this print statement, you have to give another print statement to like create the new line. All right. So then let me come to the next question. So this is the final, this is exactly the same as whatever I have shown, but please try to identify the answer here. Which one is the correct option here? You are right. So correct option here is D. So just like the code that I have written, it is like it should go 1 to 6 like 5 times, and within that it should go from I to I plus 1, so that it is like it is getting executed exactly I times, not I minus 1 times. Inside that we have to ensure that we give a end statement here, like end parameter, end argument here, and then finally to get everything in the new line, we have to give a like print statement without any variable or anything, so that it prints the new line. Okay, so D is the correct option. Okay, so then we have a different question. So suppose I hope you know the concept of palindrome. So palindrome means a number or a string. It can also be a string. So in a, for in this question, consider it as a number only. So consider a number 151. Okay. So if you read the number from left to right, 151, or right to left, like again, it will be like 151, right? So from both the side, it is exactly the same. So that is what we call palindrome number. So here we have a function called def is palindrome. So it takes a number called in, it performs some operation, and then checks that like some operations, it just checks that it tries to reverse the number. Like suppose it is like 151, or maybe like it is like 975. Okay, 975. It will try to make it to 597. Sorry, 975 means 579, like that. It will try to reverse and check if the reverse is exactly the same as the original number. If it is same, then that means it is palindrome. Otherwise, it is not. And as of now, I am not giving a guarantee that this program is right or wrong. It may be right. It might be wrong. Okay. So uh, assume that you have this code only, not actual palindrome function or like maybe some good code or whatever. Assuming that you have this code only, and we are passing a function, like we are passing a variable or a like number to this function is palindrome, and in bracket we have 120. So n is equal to 120. Now the question is that what will be the value of reverse after like before coming here? What will be the value of reverse? Please think carefully here and write the answer. Okay, some answers are C, some are D, 21, C, D. Okay, A as well. Okay, so let me write this one first, then I'll go to step by step. Is palindrome n. After that, we have original equal to n, reverse equal to 0. Then we have while n greater than 0, reverse is equal to reverse multiplied by 10 plus uh, n percentage 10. So n reminder 10. So percentage here actually modulo operation. So basically you'll get the remainder after dividing with 10. Finally, we have n divided by n divided by 10. So n equal to n by equal to 10. So that actually means n equal to n by 10. And here meaning of this one is that integer division, right? So suppose 15 divided by 10 is 1, not 1.5. That means it is integer division here. Case and finally return refers equal to original. So here is plenum 120, right? So here original is 120, reverse is 0. Now the question is while n greater than 0. So n here right now is 120. 120 is greater than 0, so it will go inside this loop, right? Now reverse is equal to, right now it is 0. So 0 into 10 is 0 only, right? So we won't worry about that. 0 plus what is the n? N here is 120. So 120 and 10, if we divided 120 by 10, there will be no remainder, right? 120 is perfectly divisible by 10. So here the answer is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. And here, so here ultimately reverse will become 0. Reverse is 0 plus 0, so it will be 0. And here n equal to n divided by 10. So n is 120, it will be divided by 10. So 120 divided by 10 is 12. So n is equal to 12. Fine. This is first iteration. Then next iteration, while n greater than 0. So n is greater than 0? Yes, n is 12, so 12 is greater than 0. So again, it will go to this loop, right? Now, reverse. What is the reverse right now? Reverse is still 0, right? So 0 into 10 is 0, okay? Plus n is right now 12. 12 modulo 10. So if you divide 12 by 10, the remainder will be 2, right? So here the reverse here will be 0 plus 2, 0 plus 2, so it will be 2. And in this case, n will be like if 12, n is 12, so you have to again divide it by 10. So integer division, it will not be 1.2, it will be 1. Whatever the integer number is there, it will be that. So now n is equal to 1. Now in the next iteration, again we have is n greater than 0? The answer is yes, 1 is greater than 0. Again will come here we have reverse is equal to, right now it is 2. 2 multiplied by 10, it is 20 plus in percentage 10. N is right now 1. 1 percentage 10, remainder will be 1. So reverse is equal to 20 plus 1 is equal to 21. Okay. And here in this step, n is equal to 1. So again, we have to divide n by 10. So n divided by 10 is 0.1. But since we'll be taking the integer only, we'll have to, it is like n equal to 0. So in the next step, is n greater than 0? So the answer is no, n is 0. It is not greater than 0. So ultimately what will happen at this point, reverse, the final value of reverse is 21. Okay? So 21 is the answer. Any doubts on this question? Okay, so if there is no doubt on this question, let me move on. So here the answer is 21. Okay, so next question. Now, what will happen if instead of, okay, like 120 we give 7 here. Okay, let me I'll go back to the previous question again after this question. Yeah, I'll go back to that. So reverse equal to original is that like if they are actually equal, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So if it is like reverse is also 5, original is also 5, then it will say true, otherwise false. Okay, so false A, B, none. Okay, let me just execute this one. Okay, is palindrome. Let me just comment out these things. These are not needed. Let me just keep the original code. Executed and is palindrome. So it is 7. So it is returning true. Okay, so why is that? So basically, as again, let me, I'll go to the previous question after this one as well, but let me just start with 7 here. Suppose n is equal to 7 here, okay, n is 7. Reverse is 0 initially, that was the value. Now n is greater than 0, right? So it will go inside this loop. Now reverse is 0, so we have to do what? Reverse, it means reverse is equal to 0 into 10 plus what is the value of n here right now? N is 7, 7 percentage 10. So what is the value of reverse? So reverse is 0 into 10 is 0 and 7 percentage 10 is 7. So 0 plus 7 is 7. Okay. And here n divided by 10. So n here is was 7. Okay. And just a second. Okay. So n here is 7. 7 divided by 10 is what? 0 0.7. But we'll take like 7 divided by 10 is equal to 0 0.7, but we'll take 0 only. So in this case, is 0. Just a second. Okay. So now it is 0. So basically, in the next loop, it will, the condition is n greater than 0. So that condition is false, right? So it will not execute again. So after that, it will check reverse is if the reverse is equal to original. So what was the original? Original was 7. Uh, and what is the reverse right now? Reverse is 7. 7 is equal to 7, right? It is true. So it is returning true. Now suppose, I hope you understood this question well. Now let me go to the previous one. It was like, I think 120. 120 it is showing false, but let me print it in a more verbose way. Like let me print all the outputs, then it will be more clear. Print. So I'm just printing the variable before performing any operation. All right. So Let me just execute this. So originally it is like 120 and reverse is equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Then let me also draw something like this. I'm just decorating, nothing serious here. Okay. So next, in the for loop, uh, here, let me write value of n was n, and so basically I'm just printing, like every time it is going inside the while loop, I'm just printing it line by line, nothing else. Okay, so then next step, okay, let me also give the formula here actually. Let me give the value of reverse here, actually actual values of the variables. These things I'm just writing for like printing purpose. You don't have to worry about writing equations like that right now. Okay, and after the select this and print updated. Okay, so that is it. Let me just print some new lines. Also, let me just, okay, fine. Okay, so see what is happening here. Initially, n was 120, right? And inside that, since n is greater than, like n is 120, so 120 is greater than 0. So it went inside this loop. Okay. Then the formula is reverse into 10 plus n percentage 10. Okay. So if you take the value of reverse and if you take the value of n, so value of reverse is 0. Value of n is 120. So, sorry, we should go. Okay. So value of the reverse is 0 and value of this one is 120. So 0 into 10 is 0 and 120 percentage 10 is what? 0, because like 120 is divisible by 10. So this value is 0. So if you add this plus this, 0 plus 0, the value is 0. Okay. And uh, in this case, 120 will be divided by 10. So here basically, let me just show you some examples with uh, divided by actually. So let me just say 15 divided by 10. What will happen? 1.5, right? But if I want some integer and I can give divided by operation here, what will happen? Just give the integer number. So even if it is like rounded, let's say instead of 15, let me consider 19. 19 divided by 9 is 1.9. But if I write divided by like double divide sign, so this will be 1. So it will just ignore whatever fraction is there and just give you the integer. It will not round. It will not round it to the like next big number. It will not round to 2. It will just keep the integer portion. Okay, so that is what this one does. Now, in this question, x is equal to, we can write it like this, x equal to x divided by 5. This is one way. And let's say x is, this is one way, but also there is another way of writing this. X is equal to maybe 13, okay? So let me print x here. Uh, X is 2 because 13 divided by 5 is 2.6, 2.6, but we'll only keep the like integer part. But there is also another way of doing this. X is equal to 13, x divided by equal to 5. So even in that case, the answer will be same. It is basically this and these are exact same operation. Okay, this is just a short form of writing. So here what is happening? Like 210 was there, sorry, 120 was there, and I am dividing that by 10. So it is like it is 12, 12.0, but we don't really care about fractions. So here the value is 12. In the next iteration, so this up to this it is done. So in the next iteration, we are going again. So in updated value is 12, right? So 12 is greater than 0. So we are going inside this loop again. Now again the same formula, but reverse value is new, in value is also new. So what happened in the previous reverse? Previous reverse is 0. So still this part is 0, 0 into 10 is 0. Now n has been changed. N is 12, 12% is 10. 12% is like, what is the remainder if I divided 12 by 10? The remainder is 2. So 0 plus 2 is 2. So reverse value is 2. But in the next step, here we have n is equal to 12, but now I am dividing 12 by 10, right? So 12 by 10, what will happen? 12 divided by 10. So this is like 1, not 1.2 because it is like integer division. So here updated n value is 1. Then in the next step, n is equal to 1. Again, this condition is true. So what will happen? It will again go to this function, this formula. Now the value of reverse is 2, right? So 2 into 10 is 20 plus n percentage 10. What is the value of n? N now right now is 1, right? N is 1. 1 percentage 10 is like 1 only. So 2 into 10 is 20 plus 1 is 21. So right now updated value is of reverse is 21. But if you go to the n, now n here is 1. If you divide n divided by 10, the answer is 0. So it will be like 0. So now it has become 0. It in the next step, it will, this condition will become false, right? 0 is greater than 0. No, like the condition is greater, but they are equal. So this is false. So this loop will stop, and finally it will check if reverse is equal to original, right? So reverse here is, right now what is the reverse? Reverse here is 21. But what was the original? Original was like 120, right? This was the original. So this is not true at all. So the answer will be false. Yeah. Is it more clear right now? Okay, and if any of you are getting presentation error, you don't need to worry. You will get like correct marks for that. Like if your logic is correct, then presentation error will not deduct any marks. So marks will be provided after the assignment deadline. Okay, right now. Okay, so enough of this program. Let me go to the next question. Okay, so we have as like now assume we are giving another input. It is 1001. So the question is, first question is at first, how many times the while loop will run? Like how many times it will go inside the while loop? Okay, 144, 1. Okay, many of you are saying 1. I don't know why. Many of you are saying 4, 3 as well. Of times. Okay. So let me write it in the same code only because we have already coded this thing. Earlier function is already there. Is palindrome 1001. So it is actually going 4 times. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. So basically initially the value of n was 1001. At first, like irrespective of whatever happens with reverse, the main point here is n. Okay. So until the n becomes greater than like n remains greater than 0, it will keep executing, right? So at first from 1001, n becomes divided by 10, so it is 100. Then n becomes like 100 divided by 10, it becomes 10. 10 divided by 1, like 10 divided by 10, it becomes 1. 1 divided by 10, it becomes 0 because it is integer division, right? So it will take 4 times, not 1 or 3 at all. So instead of 1001, suppose it is like, let's say 5000. How many times it will be executed? Assume it is 5000. Yes, even for 5000, it will get executed again 4 times only. But now let me give another number as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many times it will get executed? Yes, so it will again get executed 9 times because every time it will be divided by 10. So At first it will become this part, then it will be this. So there is a correlation, right? Like even without running through all these things, all this like calculation, checking the conditions, there is a correlation with the number and how many times will it run. So can you write that? What is the like how to check it easily without doing all the calculation? Just write one sentence or so. Number of integers plus one. Okay. Oh, do you mean number of digits? Because this also is an integer here in Python. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. But are you sure about plus one? Yeah. So basically, it is like the number of digits. If you check, yes, you are right. So it is like if we just check number of digits, here we have 9 digits, so it will actually run 9 times. So even without running through checking all the conditions, you can simply look at this that it is getting divided by 10. So obviously it will like if it is 9 digits are there, so it will run 9 times. Okay. Okay, so let me go to the next question now. In this case, the answer here was 4. Okay, so next question is that I am changing the condition of the loop to n greater than equal to 0, not n greater than 0. Let me copy this again. Here, okay, let me also cut this stuff a little bit. Let me remove the comments as well. It is not necessary here. So everything is same, but instead of n, we have n greater than equal to 0. Okay. And now I am saying that I'll be running is palindrome 5. And I'll not execute that. Think of the answer. What will be the output? True, false, or something else? Okay, some people are saying it will go into infinite loop. Any other answer? Another answer is reverse is 50. Another answer, it will go into the infinite loop. Okay. So let me run this code. Okay, so it is taking much time. It is not responding at all. No output right now. It has went to infinite loop. Or to confirm, let me also check it again inside the loop. Uh, Let me also print. Let me execute again. So see, it is running through the loop again and again and again, right? So it is not exiting loop at all. So the correct option here is it will go to infinite loop. And why is that? Let me discuss that. So suppose initially it is 5, n is equal to 5, or let me just add this one here. Let me add this one and just change this one to greater than equal to 0. Okay, I think I need to restart this because way too much output has been written in the previous step. Okay, so it is actually printing way too much output. So what will happen is that when we have like here we have 5. So ultimately, forget about the value of reverse. Here the main point is n will be divided by 10, right? So 5 divided by 10 will be 0.5, but since we'll be taking the integer part only, it will be 0. So in the next step, since n is 0, 0 is greater than equal to 0. So uh, it will be like true. So again, it will go inside this one. 0 divided by 10 is 0. So again, it will go to here. 0 is greater than 0, and this will continue, right? So because it is n is always coming to be 0, and here the condition is n is greater than equal to 0. So always it will become true, and always it will go through that loop. Okay. So that is the answer. So it is like it will not stop actually. It will continue on and on. So it enters an infinite loop is the correct option here. Okay, so this is a different question, little bit lengthy, but not really. It is quite simple. So the question here is that like it is a kind of a shopping mall, okay, and there are two type of discounts. One is that suppose the purchase amount is greater than greater than 1,000, then there is a 10% discount. Otherwise, if it is like equal to if it is less than, then less than 1,000, then no discount for purchase. Then there are two types of customer. One is regular customer, and another one is premium customer. So there are rules like if it is a regular customer, then no discount. If it is a premium customer and if the purchase amount is at least 2,000, then uh, so if it is 2,000, at least 2,000, then that customer gets 5% discount. Okay, but if it is below 2,000, then no discount for premium. Okay, but he or she might be eligible for purchase price discount. So, and final condition is that at any point, like only maximum, suppose it is the customer is getting like 50 rupees discount from this, like purchase based discount type, and maybe 100 rupees discount from customer type discount. he can only get only one of them, and obviously they will go for the maximum. So maximum only 50 and 100 will be like 100 only. Okay. So these are the rules of like purchase here. So the question is that suppose there is a regular customer and they make a purchase of rupees 850, and like there is a large code base. Okay, if condition, if it is premium customer, if it is regular customer, and purchase amount, many things are there, but some snippets are provided here, and you have to predict like for rupees 850 which will be executed, or which will be is most relevant for like rupees 850 for regular customer. Okay, so some options are B, D, and A. Okay, so basically, see, the condition is that if it is greater than 1,000, then only 10% discount will be there. So in that case, this option is correct, because if amount is greater than equal to 1,000, then only discount is there. Here in C, option C, it is like irrespective of the amount, it is getting the discount. So that is not true at all. In this case, in case of B, it is like if it is less than 1,000, then it is getting some discount. So that is not true at all. In option D, if it is the amount is greater than 1,000, then it is a discount is zero. So that is also false. So this answer is quite obvious. Sorry, here answer here written is wrong. Answer here A. Okay. Uh, okay. So let me go to the next question. Now, same question, but there is a premium customer and he or she makes a purchase of 1,500. So there are two types of discount. Which one will be applied? Or both of them will apply? Oh, option to the previous question was option A. Okay. Okay. So here, it is a premium customer, right? So premium customer and also purchase amount is 1,500. So at first, in this case, what will happen? 1,500. So they will get 10% discount. So 1,500, 10% of 1,500 is 150. So for purchase based discount, the discount is 150. Okay. And then for customer based discount, it is like at least 2,000 it has to be. Otherwise, there is no customer based discount. So customer discount here is zero, right? So that person will only get 10% purchase based discount. So it is like option C. Option C. Okay. Next question. So same question as previous, but now the purchase amount is 2,500. So which logic will apply? So here I'm talking about the final discount, not customer tab discount only. I want to check the final discount here. Which logic is correct? Okay, most of you have written B. So Anjali, I'm coming to this question after some time, after 2 minutes. Okay, let me try to disable real-time text feature. Okay, so real-time text cannot be disabled for today. Once it has been started, it will not be cannot be disabled. So I'll try to keep it in mind next time. It can only be disabled when like nobody else is there in the meeting. Everyone has to rejoin. Okay. So let me discuss the answer. So answer here is actually B, because here the condition is that like purchase value can be like better than 2000, that is fine. But suppose assume that purchase value is 2000. Okay. So the user can get 5% discount, right? But uh, so if you consider option D, if premium and amount is greater than 2000, then amount is equal to amount into like 5%. But that is only for the premium discount, right? But I want the actual discount, like total discount. So in that case, uh, suppose the like purchase is 2000 rupees and 5% discount is 100 rupees, right? But suppose the purchase is 2000 rupees, but if we check purchase by discount, it will get 10% discount. So that is 200 rupees. And in this selection rule, we can only take one. So obviously, like 200 is better than 100. So one will take the purchase price discount, right? So answer here will be maximum amount multiplied by 10% and amount multiplied by 5%. So basically it is like 10% only. Okay, so option B is the correct option. So almost always, actually always. So this kind of rule, like 2000 or more, then 5% premium will be there. This is a quite redundant condition, because for 1000 or more, we are already getting 10% discount, right? So always this one will be the higher one. So option here is answer B. Okay, and just for a minute, let me discuss with someone who was asking if we can get the PDF. So basically you have to go to this, okay, and your course, go to the problem solving session, come to here, and in this folder you will get the PDF. So for now, this lecture has not been uploaded yet. By tonight it will get uploaded. Okay, so week 1 is there, week 2 it will be uploaded after today's session. So let me move on to the next question. So now same question, but it is a premium customer and it is like the amount is 1800. So which one will get applied? Okay, I think I forgot to mention one condition here. 10% discount, but here maximum discount is rupees 200. Okay. Okay, so in this case, the correct option is answer D, not answer C, because so in this case, whatever it is saying that if in case of C, if you look through all the options, if premium then discount is equal to amount 0.5, amount is equal to 5%, that is not always true, right? Like if it is less than 1000, then there is no discount at all. Or less than like 2000, there is no discount. Okay, so this option is false. If amount is greater than 2000, then a discount is 10%. So that is also false. Here the discount is 5%. In option C, if premium, so if the customer is premium customer and amount is greater than 2000, then discount is equal to amount into 5%. So this part is true, but otherwise discount is equal to 0. That part is false because for like amount greater than 1000, even if the person is premium customer or not, he or she is entitled to 10% discount up to rupees 200. Okay, like he or she will not get more than 200 uh, rupees discount on this. Let me also copy this on here as well. So this part is false, but in this case, like if the amount is greater than equal to 2000, so that means 5% discount will apply. But if the amount is not greater than 2000, then what will happen is that still that 10% discount will get applied. Okay, so option D is the correct option. Okay, one mistake. I think it will be not 200, it will be 100. Okay, so then next question. Suppose someone makes a purchase of 2000 only, exactly 2000. How much of discount he or she will get? Yeah, this will be recorded and sent. Like it will be uploaded in the YouTube, and it will be link will be given in the spreadsheet. Okay, so here there are no maximum criteria here. So answer here is 200 because 10% discount will be applied. So 10% of 2000 is 200. Okay. So now let me go to some coding questions. So my question is that you are given some energy reading, and basically you have to take some integers. You have to read some integers, and then after reading the integers, you have to kind of uh, calculate the average and print the number of count of the numbers which are greater than average. So suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So average is 3, and then I want to know how many numbers are there which is greater than 3. So for example, these are some test cases. So 10, 40, 50, 60. So I'll just have to take the average. And within that list only, I have to consider how many of them are greater than the average. So try uh, try to kind of at least write algorithm, if possible, write code as well in the chat and look into it. Okay, so these questions are from previous year, not this year. So these questions will not be shown in your current NPTEL course. Okay, you try to follow along with me. I'll go slowly on this one because this is a coding question. This was actually part of last year's assignment, coding assignment. So basically we have to take something like this. Maybe let me just take one of the big test cases, maybe 10, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so we have to read this one 10, 40, 50, 60, and output should be basically output should be 2. I guess, yes. So for this, so in Python, how do you take input? Input is like, let's say x is equal to input, right? So it will ask for the input. So I'm giving 10, 40, 50, 60, right? But one thing is that in Python, uh, if you take input, by default, it is like integer, right? So, but here we are dealing with numbers. And also the whole thing, and this whole thing is a single string, right? Not, so you also have to divide the numbers. So at first step is that we have to divide the number, then we have to convert everything into the integer. So it is like to divide, it is simple, x dot split. Split will split everything by like space. So before and after space, it will be like different values. X dot split is like 10, 40, 60. So let me just write it like this. X is this one. X dot split is 10, 40, 60, 60. Did I give wrong? 10, 40, 50, 60. Okay, let me give it again. 10, 40, 50, 60. Okay, and now, so right now it is like a list, but it has multiple strings. See, like before and after the number, there is like quotation mark. So this is a string, not really a number. So to convert that, what do you have to do? Let me just define a list. Numbers is a list. Then I have to say for say num in x. So I'm iterating through all the numbers, and numbers dot append integer. So basically what I'm saying is that initially I'll go through like for num in x means I'll go through this one first, then this, then this, then this. So for each value in the list, I'll go one by one. Then I'm converting that value to integer and I am pushing it to the numbers, a list. Okay. So let me execute that. Okay, just a second. Okay, sorry, x dot split. We have to split it. Yeah. So numbers here now is 10, 40, 50, 60. Okay. Now what do you have to do? We have to calculate the average, right? So average is how we calculate. We have to calculate the total and then divide by the numbers, right? Yeah. Someone wrote the algorithm. Sonal Kumari. Yeah, you are right. Shushma, you are also right, I guess. Up to total, yeah, total is fine. But then you also have to calculate the like how many of them are greater than the average. Bharat Joshi, I think you are right. Yeah. Okay, so let me continue. So let me, so total is equal to 0 for num in numbers. Total is equal to total plus number. So here I can print num total. So what is the total? 160, right? AVG is equal to total divided by what is the number here? X dot length of x dot split, right? So x for here was like this one. 10, 40, 50, 60, but we have to split it, then only we can calculate the length. So average here now is 40. Then we have to calculate again number of greater than APG is initially 0 for I in for num in numbers. Again, I'm iterating through the numbers. If number is greater than average, then this one I'll be incremented by 1, right? Done. Then I'm finally printing number of greater than average is 0. Okay, just a second. Total is 0, average is 140. Average is 40, and if num in numbers, okay, sorry, plus equal to 0, plus equal to 1. So here the answer is 2. So one thing to note here, whenever you are submitting to the portal, please be careful about the input and output format. So basically, if you write here, see in the question, I have not written to print anything at all. I just told print a single integer, which is the count of the number. Okay, nothing else. So here you see I have printed total. So if I write this, then it will give wrong answer, because ultimately what will happen is that it will match the integer. It will match the number they have in the portal, and it will match it with your output. But since I'm printing some unnecessary things here, it will not give the correct answer, because it will not match exactly. So finally, what do we have to do? Final program. Let me start it again. Final program you have to do is that you have to combine everything. X is equal to input, then this one, total, average, and this one, and finally the print statement, right? So please remember that if you finally a single print statement here, since they have asked to print only one integer, which will be a number only. So just print this. If you submit anything else, any other print statement, it will get wrong answer. So let me give some test cases here. Maybe 913. Let me give that 9913. So see, the answer is 1, and here also the expected output is 1. Another one, let me give 555. 555. Here it will be 0 because the average is 0, and sorry, average is 5. So none of them are actually greater than 5, right? Here the condition is it should be greater than, not greater than equal to. So this is how you write the code. So please keep in mind that you cannot print anything, any extra stuff here for assignments. Okay. So let me go to the next question. So this is a kind of it is question is temperature system alert. So basically, you will have some integers, same as the previous one actually. Like you have to take it from the user, split it, and then it is considered unsafe if any of them exceeds 10, 50. So in the output, you have to print Like if any of them is greater than 50, then you have to print the integers like those numbers. So let me give you some examples. So suppose 51, 51, and 51 is greater than 50, so it will get printed. 51 is again greater than 50, it will get printed. 80, it is greater than 50, it will get printed, but 20 is not, so it will not get printed. Okay. 90 will get printed, 80 will get printed, 90 will get printed. But for example, here 50 is not greater than 50, it is equal, so it will not get printed, it will not, also not get printed. So if nothing gets printed, you have to give 0. You cannot go empty. So write the logic to solve this. You can take help from the previous code as well. Few of the part will be quite similar. Okay, so let me just copy paste this one. This is like question 1. This is question 2. So this part is taking the input. So this part is fine. After that, how to do? And this is the question. If I greater than 50, then temp, what is temp here? I got one answer for Sonal Kumari. Read the temperature values. Set a flag equal to 0. Check each temperature. If temperature is greater than 50, then print it. And then set flag equal to 1. Yeah, you're totally right. So let me start coding this. Meanwhile, you also try to follow along. So basically, what we have to do is that. So let me take the simple thing first. Let me forget about the 0 for now. For number in numbers, I have to check if number is greater than 50, then I have to print the number, right? Does it say how do we have to print it? Okay, we have to print uh, in the same line. So let me just give it like this, end equal to space, right? So suppose this is the thing. Let me give some of the inputs right now. 51, 51. That is giving 51, 51. 80, 20, 90, 80, 90. So 20 has been excluded and others are there. But one condition is not met. Suppose I'm giving 50 and 49. Okay. So what is happening? It is not printing anything, right? So to solve that, we have to know that if we got any number which exceeded 50 in this case in the entire list. So let me keep a flag, or maybe just give a meaningful name that no greater than 50 pound. And initially I'm setting it to false. Okay, we have not found anything greater than 50 right now. But suppose when we are getting, we find some value greater than equal to 50. So we'll just do it like this: greater than 50 pound equal to true. Okay. And at the end, we'll check if greater than 50 pound is equal to false. If it is false, then also you can write not. Okay, don't worry about it right now. If greater than 50 found is equal to false, that means there was no number in the list which was greater than 50. So in that case, we have to print 0. Okay. So now let me execute this and give the same thing, 50 pound 49. Now it is showing 0, but let me give some other thing like 50, 80, 20, 90. So again, the earlier output is there. So it is not affecting the earlier cases, but for those cases where there is no number which is greater than 50, it is giving. So one thing that you should keep in mind that whenever it feels a little bit complicated, you can try to divide the problem. So for example, here, there are two cases that we have to print whatever is greater than 50, and you also have to keep in mind that if it is empty, then you have to print 0. So we just did what? We just consider the first problem first, like if it is greater than 50. This is one case, and then after that, just did some little modification here and there, and then also another problem also got solved. So that you can apply anywhere, even for like in the later weeks, you'll get more complex problems, but try to break it down into some smaller problems, and ultimately, little by little, it gets easier. So next question. So it is like, again, you will get a list and you have to check if the list is strictly increasing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is strictly increasing, but 1, 3, 2, or 5, one number is actually lesser than the previous. So that is not strictly increasing. So you can consider those kind of examples, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So it is increasing, right? But 10, 20, it is increasing, but after that 15. So it is lower than 20. So it is decreasing. So that is false. So write the logic for like solving this as well. One thing to note here is that 1, 2, 2, 3. So 2 and 2, it is not increasing. It is equal, but equal is not good enough. Like for a true answer, it has to strictly increase, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So again, input will be using the previous one only. And check the constants. It will contain at least one integer. Okay, so and all values are integer. That is kind of obvious here. So you are guaranteed to have at least one number. Okay, so let me start the coding. Again, I will be reusing the same thing, same input sequence. All right, so I have taken the input from the user and I have converted that to integer. I have uh, appended to a list. Now I have a list. Earlier, what I was doing, I was going through the numbers on my own, right? But right now we also have to consider the previous number. So we have to check how many numbers are there at first. So let me check, let me say the length, LNGTH, length, or maybe just numbers. Let me go with length only. So what is the amount of number, what is the number of integers here? So for that, we have a function called len. We have to pass the numbers here, okay? Len of numbers. So what it will print? It will print how many numbers are there. Print length. So let me just try to execute it. It will be like 3, 3, 4, 5, 7. So there are 4 numbers, right? So it will print like that. So obviously I cannot give the print statement. So let me remove that. Length is this much. So I have to run a for loop for I in range. I'll start from this number. So if there is only one number, we don't have anything else to compare with, right? So this is a gone case. For this number, you start from this number. We'll check if this number is greater than this. Then we'll check if this number is greater than this. Then this number is greater than this, right? So for I in range, this is index 0, this is index 1. So let's start from index 1. Okay. Up to what length? So suppose there are 4 numbers here. So it will go from 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up to that, it will check. And then we'll check if numbers of I is greater than numbers I minus 1, right? So here I am saying is that for every index here, we will check if it is greater than the previous one, right? So if it is greater, then it is fine. We don't have to do anything. But if it is less, or even if it is equal, then we have some problem. So we can write the condition like this: if numbers of I is less than or equal to numbers of I minus 1, numbers I minus 1, then we have a problem. We have to say that not increasing. I'm just writing it here like this. It is not really a comment. So then otherwise, like we can say it is increasing, but only for this part. Maybe it may or may not increase in future. In the if we check this or this like that, right? So for that, to determine if we got anything, any value, to like if it is any at any position, if we have something where it is not increasing, we have to uh, take a variable. It is called, let me give it a name that maybe not increasing only. Not increasing is equal to okay. Initially, it is increasing, right? We don't know anything, but suppose at some point we are getting something like this that is not increasing further. So not increasing, I have to give it as true, right? And then we have to break because like suppose at some point, let me give you another example: 3, 7, 9, 12, 4, 20, like this. Okay. So suppose in this example, up to this it is increasing, and after this point it is not increasing. So there is, after that there is no point of checking, right? Because already we got a sequence that it is not increasing. So even if they are increasing, doesn't matter. My answer is no. All of them has to increase. So whenever I'm encountering some point where it is at least, if it is less than or greater or less than or equal to the previous number, I'm saying no, this list is not increasing, and I'm breaking this here. And finally, uh, print uh, we have, so here we have to do what? If not increasing is equal to false, that means we have to print true. Just wait a minute, let me just check the question. So if it is increasing, so let me just change the variable names first. It is getting confusing for you. So since in the question you have to print if it is strictly increasing, so let me just give it to the increasing only. Strictly increasing. Initially it is true, yes, it is strictly increasing, but suppose this condition is not met, so then that is false, right? Now I just have to print this variable only, print strictly increasing. So if it is true, true will be printed, otherwise false will be printed. So let me write like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is true, it is strictly increasing. Some other value, maybe let me try 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, it is showing strictly increasing, then there is something wrong with the logic. Okay. So for example, in this case, it will go to 2. 2 is greater than 1, so it will not cause any issue. Then 2 is less than equal to 2, right? So that should make it strictly increasing equal to false. Okay, let me print it like this. If strictly increasing equal to true, let me print the string only. Okay, so I think this is not really necessary. You can just print the variable here. Length is, I think, 4. It should be 4. Strict increasing initially it is true. For I in range, if it is less than equal to the previous number, numbers of I minus 1, then it should be, sorry, mistaken variable. Strictly increasing false, it should be like this, 1, 2, 2, 3. It should be false. So basically what is happening here is that, like, initially I'm setting a flag that initially we are assuming that it is strictly increasing, but now we are checking at each index that if there is some value where it is not increasing. So less than or equal to means it is not increasing. So we are setting that flag to false. Then we are just printing the flag at the end. If it is increasing, like if at any point we have not set that to false, that it is not increasing, that means it is actually increasing. So it should also work for the single value variables as well, because by default we are assuming, we have to assume like for like single value, we don't have anything else to compare with, right? So it is increasing. So it will not go inside the for loop. Initially it is true, so it will remain true. Okay. So this is the end of the session, like end of the questions. If you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay, someone is new to the class. Actually, you have to, there are some programming assignments as well as some MCQ questions as well. You have to watch the videos and like attempt those questions. I think the deadline is tomorrow for week 1 and week 2. So you have to consider that. Assignment marks, I'm not sure if it will come to the Gmail, uh, but it will like it will be shown in the portal after some time, after the deadline is over, and maybe 2 3 days after the deadline. There are more practice problems like you can try to solve. Okay, you can just usually what I do is that I just search Google on like practice problems on for loop and if or whatever the topic is for that session. But I will also give you attach some more questions in the PDF. You can also try to solve that, but I will not give you the solutions. So try to solve that by yourself. So in the PDF, I'll attach 3 or 4 more questions. Yeah, the recording of the class will be available on this link. Like you have to go to problem solving session, click on the link here, and then there will be another YouTube link after like 3 4 hours. So you can go to that link and watch. You can get the recorded session of the last class as well in the week 1. So if you click here, you can check the previous session. Okay, so if there are no more questions, we can end the session now. So yeah, please remember that deadline, assignment submission deadline is tomorrow, and those marks are counted for the final exam, like final certification. So try to submit those correctly within time. I don't think the deadlines will be extended. Many people has requested that, but it is up to them. So I think they have replied in the like forum that they will not get the extended deadline. It is not possible. So okay, for recorded class, you can like go here, like in the NPTEL, go to like for now, week 1 to 3 is there, but at the end, there is a problem solving session, July 26. You click here, it will come to here, click here, and then you can check this, like this link. And there is a YouTube video for the previous session. For today's session, another link will be added, and like PowerPoint, all the PDFs, you can get it from here. Instead of Anaconda, you can use Spider, you can use Jupyter Notebook. Actually, I am using Jupyter Notebook, so but that is also Anaconda from Anaconda only. Other than that, you can also use Google Colab if you want. Like it is an online solution without installing anything. Assignment questions you have to check from here. Uh, week 1 assignment is there, so check it from here. Week 1 assignment here. Week 2 assignment you have to again go here. Week 2 assignment, and week 2 also has programming assignment, so we have to solve this and this. You can okay, you can instead of like doing it in some other places, you can directly code in this actually. You can directly code in the portal as well, NPTEL portal. That will be better, I guess. Yeah, VS Code is also fine. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. I'll end the session now.